Today I will explain you the process of executing Java Generic Servlet application to print Hello World, and how to deploy into the Tomcat Web Server and how to execute has also been shown in this particular video. So Generic Servlet is a predefined class available in Java.servlet package, and it is already implemented a servlet interface. Okay, the servlet interface is also available in Java.servlet package. Now, in my previous video, I clearly explained what is a generic servlet and its methods and limitations. So, for further information on generic servlet, you can see my previous video. And one point you can remember here is the servlet will not have any main method. If you don't have a main method, maybe you get one question like from where the execution is going to start. So the servlet is holding lifecycle methods like init, service, and destroy methods. So the init method is the first method which is going to be executed. So the Tomcat Web Server is going to take care how to call the init, service, and destroy methods. So the execution point or entry point for execution is the init method. And the init method, which is used for initialization of a servlet, there if you want to declare some variables and initialize it, as well as some database connections like loading of drivers and connection establishment, those sort of things you can put into the init method, and it is going to execute only for one time. Now, once it has been initialized successfully, we can go for the service method. The service method is going to hold two parameters. One is request and one is for response. So this responsibility of service method is to go for handling request and generating some response. And this is going to be called multiple number of times. And once the service method work is over, we need to initialize the servlet. So by destroy method, we can go for that. It is used to release the servlet objects, that is releasing the memory and other resources, whatever was allocated at the time of initialization. And this is also been executed only for one time. Now coming to the syntax of these methods, we write like public void init, and we pass servlet config as a parameter, and s is a reference variable. This is user defined, and it is having a possible to throw an exception called servlet exception. And the servlet config is available in is an interface and is available in Java servlet package. So if you want to configure your servlet, so we do have a servlet config. By using those methods, we can go for servlet configuration. Now coming to the syntax of public service method. Okay, so we do have public void service, and as I said, you have two parameters, servlet request and servlet response, and it is throwing servlet exception and IO exception. Now the servlet request and response are interfaces. A servlet request is an interface to handle client request. Servlet response is also an interface to generate response to the clients. Now, servlet exception class and servlet request interface, servlet response interface, all are available under a package called Java Servlet. So it's mandate that you need to use Java Servlet in your program. And IO exception is also a class available in IO package. So you need to go for IO package also as a mandatory package. Now, here we write destroy method, the public void destroy, where we need to initialize the resources. Now, example I given here how to write public class. The class name is user defined, extends generic servlet. Since we are working with generic servlet, so we need to go for extending generic servlet class. And here I am using Apache Tomcat 8.5 or 9 or 10 or 11 version you can use. So you need to download it and install and configure with the class path. So in my previous video, I clearly mentioned how to download, how to install, and set the class path. So here you need to work with the variable called class path, and here in my system it was in program files, so I need to copy the complete thing, and you need to put for the class path variable. Suppose if you are installing 9, you get somewhere here Tomcat 9.0, okay, 10 or 11, here only it is a change. Otherwise you can keep the same path provided you are installing in program files. Or if you are installing in D drive, no issues, you can just set up the path where you have installed. Okay, but this is the path, and the last one should be servlet-api.jar. Now, after this class path, because suppose if you don't set the class path, you get the errors like Java Servlet package not found. Okay, so import package not found sort of things, and servlet request and servlet response what you're writing is not been available and so forth. Okay, so there's a thing you need to mandately you need to set this one. Okay, now you need to create folders and try to understand how to create the folders. Now the first thing is a root folder or the main folder I'm calling. So I'm writing in my system as a servlet programs as the folder name, main folder name. You can give any name. If you give your name also, no problem for this one. And what all files you need to save? So you need to save files such as .html programs, .jsp program, that is Java Server Pages programs, and a .war file, web archive file. You need to save in root folder. Under this root folder, that is the main folder, you need to create one subfolder. That with the name called web-inf. You are not supposed to change the name. The name should be the same, and that too in capital letters. And what you need to save into this one is web.xml file you need to save. And inside web.inf folder, you need to create one more subfolder called classes, and all are small cases. And subfolder of web.inf, you need to save .java program inside that. And when you compile there, you're going to get a .class files. Okay, so I've written like this. Select program main folder, you need to save this type of files. Under select programs, web.inf is a subfolder, you need to save web.xml. Under web.inf, you need to create one classes folder, small cases, and you get .class files. Okay, so before going for your actual program, we will create folders, then we go for. So here you can see already I created in D drive select programs. So just right click here, go for new, and go for a folder. And here I need to give capital letters web-inf. Okay, now this is created. Just open this, and again you right click, go for new folder. Here you give classes, this one. Okay, so now totally in servlet programs we have created web-inf in web-inf class folder. Now everything is empty. Okay, so first you need to create the structure and keep it ready. So once you're done with this, then we'll start the program now. So I'll write a servlet program to print hello world. So just follow the steps. So the first step is you need to import the servlet API. So I'm writing import javax.servlet dot star. Okay, then IO package, then public class hello servlet, and you extend generic servlet. Okay, then you need to go for service method. Now here I'm not writing init and destroy. If you don't write also, it will be taking from your superclass. Whatever is applicable for superclass is available for your case also, because we are going for extension. But since the service method is mandatory, I'll write service method. And here two parameters I need to go for. One is servlet request. And this REQ is a reference variable that is user defined. And I'm writing servlet response. And RES that is also user defined. Throws two exceptions it is having the possibility. One is servlet exception, comma, IO exception. With this, I'm writing in Notepad. Now, the first thing you need to set the content type of the response. So I'm taking a RES reference and I'm applying one method called content type. And here I am writing the MIME type text by HTML. Okay, that means we're expecting the response as a text, but in case of HTML format, that's the meaning. Now, here system.out.println will not work here because that is a console output console based, and your output will be on the command prompt. But I don't want my output on the command prompt. I want to print on the browser. So in order to work with that, I need to take one more class print writer, which is from IO package. Reference variable, I'm taking user defined reference variable PW. Then by using response object, I need to apply one method called getWriter. Now this is a line for creating the print writer object. Then you apply println method by using print PW. Here I will print hello world. Okay. then close. Now this is a simple program. Okay, so I'm setting the content type. I'm opening the print writer object for printing, call it the println method. I'm calling the println method and printing the hello world. So just save this, but you try to give the same name since you're public now. Save as or save. You need to go for D drive and go for Servlet programs. This one, Web.inf, and put in classes. Okay, and put hello servlet.java. Now this is a process. Servlet programs is the main folder, Web.inf, and classes. In the class folder, you save it. Okay, now we just compile and check. So here you can see hello servlet. Now you can just select this one like this. Okay, you can select this and just type cmd here itself. You get this prompt. Okay, these Servlet programs, Web.inf classes you need to go for. Okay, otherwise the alternative is I need to go for command prompt like this, and since my folder is in data, you type d colon and go for change directory of Servlet programs, then Web.inf, then classes. Like this also you can go. Now you compile hello java c hello servlet.java. Now you got a class file here. So you have got a class file hello servlet.class. Now my responsibility is to write one web.xml. So just go for a new notepad. Okay. Now here you start with web-app. Okay, there's a root tag. Then you have servlet as a subtag. Under this servlet-name. So what is the name we have? Hello servlet, right? So the same name I'm giving here, servlet-name. Then you write servlet class. So you get to the class also with the same name. So I'm writing hello servlet. Then close. So this is an XML file. Every tag will be having a closing one. Then close the servlet tag. One more time. Servlet mapping is opened. Then servlet-name. Then you write hello servlet-name. Now this one you need to concentrate where I'm writing URL pattern, but you put a forward slash here. That is a mandate. If you don't write forward slash, you're not going to get the output. Then URL pattern closed, because that shows that you are going to call based on URL pattern. Okay, then close the servlet mapping. So don't forget the forward slash for the URL pattern before your class name. Then close the servlet mapping. Then close the web app. Now these tags are mandate. Okay, suppose if you have a different servlet program, you just copy from this till this one and you need to paste here. Okay, and only change the name at 4 places for second servlet program onwards. Don't create a new web.xml every time. Okay, now save, and this one I need to save into servlet programs web.inf, right? And you need to give only name in small case, that web.xml only. You're not going to give any other name. Okay, I've saved it. Now you can see servlet programs. If I go for servlet programs, web.inf, if I open, you get web.xml. If I open classes folder, get this one. Okay, now my program is ready. Okay, then I need to create one var file. So where you need to create var file? A var file I need to create in main folder, right? So I just go back to this and go back to by using cd dot dot one step backward. Now here I need to create. So I have a command called jar, then cvf, c for create, v for verbose output, and f for file. That means when I write v here, what all are compressed, I can see here itself. Okay. Now here I'm giving some x21.var. The name can be anything, but extension should be only .var. And here I can write. Everything was compressed in web.inf, right? So I'm writing web.inf folder. So all things need to be compressed. Now here you can see one manifest file is automatically created. Then webinf folder, in webinf classes folder, in webinf classes helloservlet.class, in webinf classes helloservlet.java. Then web. Everything is compressed. Now if you can see the folder also. Now this is a WAR file x21 what you have created. Okay. Now what you need to do here is you need to run the Tomcat server. Okay. So when you go for this, you will get a small icon here. You can see Apache Tomcat 8.5 is there in my system. So you can just click and go for start. Otherwise, what you can do here is, if you're not finding the icon here, you can type here configure Tomcat. Configure. Can you see here? Configure Tomcat. Just click this. You get the same thing. Okay. Now here, since the service is stopped, I need to start the server now. Just click start. Now you can see the server is started. So just close this. And if you see here also, it is in green color now. Green color. Earlier it was red color. Now running means green color. Okay. Now you open the browser and just cross verify whether it has been working. So just simply type localhost : I have given 9090 at the time of installation port number. I'm taking the same one. Okay. Enter. Okay, so this 9090 at the time of installation, whatever you are given, that need to be there. Okay, in my system I have given 9090 and typing the same thing, localhost : 9090. Now you get this page. If suppose I stop this, if I stop this one and I try to again just refresh this, see you are not getting anything, right? So your server need to start it first. Okay, then start again. So then again you go for refresh. Okay, now you got. Now once you get this page, that means your software is working. Go for your manager app. You just click this. It will ask the credentials. At the time of installation, whatever you are given, you give that. So I have given admin and admin. I'm typing that. Whatever you are given at the time of installation, that you need to remember. And click sign in. Okay. Now here you can see there are some already existing X11, X2, what I've already done. Okay. And now you can directly go for select WAR file to upload. Click choose file. Then go for D drive. Okay, and go for select programs and x21.var. Open. And you click deploy button. Deploy. Now you need to get message okay here. And you can see in the list also you get 21. And here it is also true. That means your procedure what you have done is correct. Then open another tab. Again type localhost 89090. But here after 9090 put a forward slash x21 slash hello servlet s capital hello servlet. Okay. Now here something wrong I have given. You can see there is a semicolon there. Okay. Now this one is the correct one. The URL was wrong. So localhost : 9090 slash x21. That is a var file name slash hello servlet. That's the file name. So you got here hello world. Now this is a process of executing your servlet program. Now suppose I want to get some background of this and I want to increase the size also. So just you go back to your program, Java program, and if you want to add HTML in the println method, here only you can add HTML, then body, then some bg color equal to, maybe I am giving something called orange, then text color equal to some blue. You can give anything. Okay, I'm giving the random color, then close the body tag and close the HTML, and maybe I'll write h1 so that the font will be a little bit big. Okay, and I'm closing here this one. So anything HTML you need to put in println method only. Okay, you can write multiple printlns. Just save this and again go for compiling. Okay, again you go for compiling, or otherwise you can go for this. So you can just go for cd classes, then java c hello servlet.java. Now just come back and create a var file. Same var file, it will just overwrite. And what you need to do after var file is go for the same thing, undeploy this one. We have a button called undeploy. Just click this and again go for choose file, x21, same var file, open and deploy. And again you can see okay, and you just refresh this, you're getting this one. So this is a process of executing your application through Tomcat Web Server, and the application is based on your generic servlet. So if you like this video, please do subscribe, comment, and share it to your friends. Thank you.